There's so many guys that have come out of Holland. Ernesto Hoost, Rob Kamen. I mean, just Peter Ertz. Just a sea of killers. Rico Verhoeven, the guy who's the champ right now.
He's the man.
Oh, he's an animal. He's an animal.
Remember that guy? He beat that guy with killing everybody. What's that Muslim guy? Come on.
He's wired
reckless.
different. Yeah, he comes for blood. And the thing is, what you were saying, Mike, people love you when you do your best. And that's why they love him. Like, they know that guy's ready to go out on a shield. He's no quit. He's going out on a shield. He goes to war. And sometimes they get him, and sometimes he gets them. And he used to get them a lot more when he was younger, but that's just
nature of the beast.
That's just fighting.
Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson have seen it all in combat sports, but even they were left speechless watching Rico Verhoeven's terrifying new training for Oleksandr Usyk. The odds may be stacked against Rico, but Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson just sounded the alarm, calling him a beast who only knows one way: kill or be killed.
There's so many guys that have come out of Holland. Ernesto Hoost, Rob Kamen. I mean, just Peter Ertz. Just a sea of killers. Rico Verhoeven, the guy who's the champ right now.
He's the man.
Oh, he's an animal. He's an animal.
Remember that guy? He beat that guy with killing everybody. What's that Muslim guy? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
The big crazy guy. He was
Badr Hari.
Yeah, he was killing everybody.
Yes. Badr Hari dropped him twice, and he was still in that fight.
Ooh, he's a bad,
dangerous guy. He's kill or be killed. That guy is just die on his shield, reckless.
Yeah.
He's wired
reckless.
different. Yeah, he comes for blood. And the thing is, what you were saying, Mike, people love you when you do your best, and that's why they love him. Like, they know that guy's ready to go out on a shield. He's no quit. He's going out on a shield.
Joe Rogan describes Verhoeven as a fighter who is not only maniacal in his size and power, but whose technical ability also shines. And Mike Tyson agrees, noting that no matter how long it takes, Rico Verhoeven fights to his last breath, gets the job done.
And sometimes they get him, and sometimes he gets them. And he used to get them a lot more when he was younger, but that's just
nature of the beast.
That's just fighting. That's just fighting.
Exciting.
He's very exciting. He's one of the most exciting kickboxers of all time because there's no point fighting with that guy.
He's like an animal, right? With an animal.
Attacking. He's attacking.
To hurt you at all time. Everything's to hurt you. Nothing's soft. Everything's hard.
He comes out of Mike's gym, which is like a ferocious gym in Holland, like known for like some of the most elite, aggressive, technical kickboxers, like super technical but super aggressive. Like the whole gym was like that. Like that's you know, it's like legendary.
And this stardom accelerates beyond the language of an analyst or former fighter, as even the current champions, not only from boxing but UFC, train with Verhoeven, and such is the level of training that even Tom Aspinall sees an inspiration.
Tom, how is it to have like a kind of a brother in arms like Rico, helping each other become stronger and stronger?
So when I'm training with Rico and Dennis, every day's a school day. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like trying to take in all the information, trying to do what they say, trying to follow the instructions, obviously. Constantly inspired by Rico to be better. Even though we're in different sports, it's still the same mindset. So yeah, I see Rico, man, and I'm just like, yeah, I need to improve on this, and this.
Being a champion in kickboxing for years, Rico has been pushing himself beyond the limit, and Tom Aspinall just sees that, considering the stage when a champion leaves it all. But Rico does not speak high volumes about his mindset.
First of all, I think Rico's absolutely insane. Let me start by saying that. That is crazy. If I was him, I would be like, I'm not doing that, that's for the up-and-coming guys. But it just shows with the mindset that Rico's got. Is like, this guy still wants to prove that he's the best. Even after like years and years of being on top, the guy's still like, right, if it's going to take 3 fights in one night just to prove it, I'm going to do it. And you got to respect him for that, like, fair play.
Still, his fight with Oleksandr Usyk has been criticized, and revealing how this fight came up, Rico asserts the WBC has kickboxing divisions, and they find the credentials matching for this crossover. He also reveals how he intends to play Usyk and adjust to his style while stepping into the ring.
He's a cruiserweight that came up to heavyweight. So, and I was 16, I was weighing 100 kilos. So I could never drop down to cruiser because I'm just too big. He's one of the best to ever done it. Technical, a perfect, kind human being. So no, I love it. If everything goes south, I'll just throw a high kick in the 8th or 9th round. It's logical because they do not know me. They do not know the story. They do not know who I am. So it's up to me to give them a little bit of context, like what I've done within the kickboxing sport. The WBC also has a Muay Thai kickboxing division, so they understand my credentials, and that's how this fight came about.
On the other side, Usyk is hungry in the camp, insisting he is eagerly awaiting the time when he steps in the ring with Rico.
I'm hungry. I need a champion's meal.
Not to underestimate his opponent, Eddie Hall has given a blunt warning to Oleksandr, insisting Rico is harder than him, as he reminds that Rico is the reigning heavyweight kickboxing champion for over 14 years and talks to get inside the ring with Usyk, Joshua Fury, or any other heavyweight but Rico, he warns, is someone not to mess with.
He is the hardest I have ever met. You put Usyk, AJ, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, line them all up, right? And say, right, which one would you want to fight the least? I think this is the problem, right? Is kickboxing has not had the limelight as what boxing has, right? So when you say someone's been the heavyweight champion of the world for 1 or 2 years, like, oh, he's got to be a hard. Rico has been the world kickboxing champion for 14 years in a row. He's never once been knocked out. He is humongous. He's over, I'm going to say 125, 130 kilo, 6'5", 6'6", just a huge human being. Hands like shovels, feet like Wreck-It Ralph. And I can honestly, hand on heart, say, if you were to give me any man on the planet to stand and fight King Kong with, right, and give me any single man on the planet, I'd pick Rico Verhoeven.
What makes this fascinating is how Rico Verhoeven has rebuilt his striking under Peter Fury, turning his hands into a relentless force. He knows Usyk has never faced someone who loads every punch with this much mass. The kickboxing champion is betting that raw weight behind each shot will crack the boxing champion's famous defense. For Verhoeven, this is not about outboxing Usyk, but overwhelming him punch by punch.
I mean, tell me about your punch power. What is your knockout capacity? I mean, you can see Usyk in front of you.
I'm always like very calculated, but yeah, when I connect, I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited. He's like, finally, because we've been throughout all these years, we've been debating so much, because he's like, yo, Rico, you got to do a little bit more of this. You got to. I said, Pete, I can't, because within kickboxing, that doesn't work. And now he's like, okay, I can teach you boxing to box.
Taking the tension to another level, Verhoeven has unleashed a chilling warning aimed directly at Oleksandr Usyk. The kickboxing king promised to knock Usyk's head off the moment they finally share the ring. These are not carefully measured press conference words, but raw and unfiltered threats from a man who has spent 14 years ending fights before they go the distance. Usyk has been warned.
In as much or as little detail as you're going to, from the first bell, what are you going to do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm, like you said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. Yeah. So as soon as I hit him, it's gonna be something different.
You're gonna knock his head off?
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. That's why I'm so excited.
Pouring cold water on the hype from a completely different corner, Hamza Shiraz has dismissed Verhoeven's warning as nothing but delusion. Shiraz laughed at the kickboxer's confidence and predicted a harsh reality check waiting inside the ring. According to Shiraz, Verhoeven is not walking away from this fight on his own feet. He believes the heavyweight will get completely ironed out once the first real punch lands.
Listen, I think he's going to get absolutely ironed out. That's the truth, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're fighting Oleksandr Usyk, you know what I mean? Someone who's beat Joshua, beat Fury, not only once, but twice. And it's too much of an ask, you know what I mean? He has got a puncher's chance, we all have, but whether that chance will actually come to fruition, I don't really think it will.
Feeding on his own confidence, Verhoeven keeps promising to knock Usyk's head clean off, but Teddy Atlas has stepped in with a brutal reality check. Atlas gives the kickboxer zero chance. In his breakdown, the ball sits entirely in Usyk's court. The Ukrainian genius will decide how and when and where this fight unfolds round by round, moment by moment. Atlas sees no vote for Rico, only whatever Usyk chooses to give him. That is the cold truth.
What's his chances? What's Verhoeven's chances? I think slim and none, to be honest. I looked at film on him, and yeah, he's big. He's 6'6", 270. Fury was big too, but Fury was a professional boxer. This guy, as I said, he doesn't have that background. He stands straight up. He's had 76 fights. He's won 66. He's got 26 knockouts. He's not a huge puncher. You know, his best punch is the right hand. That can be effective against the southpaw. Usyk's a southpaw. That can be the southpaw killer. I get it. It's not going to be. Usyk's too versatile, too good for him. His defense, his offense. I think it's going to come down to where Usyk, you know, it's up to him.
Looking past the surface, enthusiasm experts acknowledge Rico's confidence, but quickly warn it will mean absolutely nothing to Oleksandr Usyk. They see a true master of his own craft standing across the ring. Usyk has broken down bigger men and smarter fighters than Verhoeven. The kickboxer's threats might sound dangerous to casual fans, but to a ring genius like Usyk, they are simply background noise before a long night of being solved.
He's got absolutely nothing to lose here. He's got.
But does that make him even more dangerous, do you think?
That's exactly what it does. Yeah. It makes him more dangerous. It makes him more live. But Oleksandr Usyk, he doesn't buy into the pressure. He doesn't buy into, I've got it all to lose. He's just on his own planet. He's like, he exists in his own world, literally. And his world is, he goes to work, he works relentlessly hard, and then he just gets ready for fight night.
Well, it was interesting that he actually said up in the press conference that, because I don't think boxing is Usyk's life. I mean, he loves it. He's obviously done incredibly well at it, but it's not everything to him. And I think that probably is what makes him a little bit special as well.
Yes, he's a very spiritual man.
Bringing firsthand insight into the conversation, Malik Scott has actually shared the ring with Usyk in sparring. He admits Verhoeven's size could create some problems on paper, but then he pulls the rug completely. Scott gives the kickboxer zero chance of winning. Usyk is not just another champion, according to Scott. He is a generational talent and no easy puzzle to solve. Size alone will never be enough against that kind of intelligence.
I think concerning size and him being familiar with combat sports, yes, as far as that he may be a threat, but as far as the technicalities of boxing, this is a whole new world over here, and he's going to find that very early. He's not in with a top 20 guy. He's in with a generational talent, considering that's what Oleksandr Usyk is. So I would feel a little bit different about his chances if it wasn't Usyk that he's going against, but he's going against one of the most gifted fighters of all time.
Exactly.
Putting things in perspective, Adam Smith acknowledges that Verhoeven is tough and competitive with real physical advantages, but he still faces a mountain to climb against Usyk. The Ukrainian has already sealed his position as the heavyweight king alive. For Smith, that reality alone makes Rico's challenge steeper than most fans want to admit.
They're the legends back there. Oleksandr Usyk has sealed his place in history forever. One of the greatest fighters I've ever worked with, seen, been around. I'll really miss him when he's gone. Really miss him. An absolute legend of a human being. Rico Verhoeven, I don't know as well, but having got to know him a little bit better and knowing Peter Fury exceptionally well, I'm very close to Peter. Another guy who is incredibly respectful and likable and honest and competitive and physically brilliant. So this is a challenge, a massive challenge for Rico.
Stepping past the criticism surrounding Usyk's choice of opponent Adam, defends the decision fully. He believes Usyk has earned the right to pick whatever fight he wants, and what he picked is no easy night. The kickboxing background of Verhoeven brings an element of shock into the ring. Smith sees a dangerous man, not a safe tune-up.
A step into the unknown. For Oleksandr, yes, finally he has a chance to choose an opponent, and he's done it by getting a great in another code, in another sport, into the ring.
Not everyone is buying into this fight as a serious contest. Wade Plemons has slammed the matchup, calling it a clear mismatch. He compared it unfavorably to the Ngannou versus Fury crossover, which at least carried some unpredictability. For Plemons, this feels like a step backward, not forward. The backlash keeps growing louder with each passing day.
My opinions on this fight, I fucking hate this fight. I can't stand it. I understand the circus nature of it in terms of like big name kickboxer, one of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, coming in to fight an all-time great in the boxing space in his sport. We saw it with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. The only difference there was, I think, more fans of Francis Ngannou, more of a what-if factor because of his punching power and because Fury was 550 pounds in that fight. Accurate, not even exaggerating. We got a masterpiece in terms of what Francis did to the current heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this is a little different because Oleksandr Usyk is a massively different operator than Tyson Fury.
Piling on the criticism even further, Wade did not stop at calling the fight a mismatch. He argued that Usyk is actually a far superior boxer than Tyson Fury, which makes Rico's slim chances look outright absurd. The WBC sanctioning only adds to the embarrassment in his eyes. Wade slammed not just the organization, but Usyk himself, insisting the champion should face deserving contenders instead of risking his legacy and titles on a kickboxer.
He is a far better technical boxer than anyone at heavyweight, and he isn't really susceptible to one-punch KO power the same way Fury is when he comes in out of shape and blubbery. Now, is there the off chance that Rico catches Oleksandr Usyk? Yeah, sure. I understand. It's a fight. Anything can happen. But why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that really irks me. It's not that, I mean, it kind of is that Usyk is just doing this, like, whatever, okay, Usyk can go and do exhibition fights.
Delivering a harsh verdict, Wade Plemons believes Usyk should have chosen an exhibition instead of risking his actual title, which he calls the worst part of this whole situation. He also accused Mauricio Sulaiman of tarnishing the WBC legacy by supporting the fight. In Wade's view, the matchup is completely unfair, and Usyk should vacate the belt if he refuses to defend it against real contenders.
Fine with me, as long as you're not putting the title up, and really, you should probably vacate the title if you're not going to defend it. But then when you include the title, and you include it's a professional boxing match that the title is on the line for, I've said so much about how dumb the sanctioning bodies are, but Mauricio Sulaiman's really outdone himself here. Making this for the WBC title spits in the faces of not just contenders, it spits in the faces of boxing fans, because now you're expecting us to believe that these are the two best heavyweights on the planet in boxing, and we know they're not. We all call bullshit. This fight isn't even remotely interesting in terms of what we're doing it for. Are we really doing it because it's a fun thing to see Oleksandr Usyk fight Rico Verhoeven? No, we're doing it because Usyk wants a little time to do something else, make a fat paycheck, and they're going to do it at the bottom of the pyramids of Giza.
Flipping the criticism entirely, this fight hands Rico a massive chance to cement his legacy against an undefeated heavyweight king. He predicts he is taking Usyk's belt. Putting everything on the line could shake Usyk's legacy by a kickboxer. Rico appreciates Usyk accepting him despite countless other options on the table.
So, what an amazing opportunity I'm having now to have the honor to share the ring with this man and get the rounds in and take his belt. So no, it's like I said, it's an incredible honor, and also amazing that he took that fight, because he, like he said, he has hundreds of options in front of him, and he took this fight. So I'm appreciative for that. I'm thankful for that. And yeah, on the night we're gonna see and make the best man win.
Laying down a brutally honest warning, Tony Bellew admits sparring with Fury gives Rico a unique advantage, but then he explains what really happens. Usyk might let Verhoeven survive 2 or 3 rounds, building false hope. Then rounds 5 to 7 arrive. Everything changes. Rico won't understand what is hitting him. The pace, the angles, the intelligence leave the kickboxer behind.
He's been around a long time. He's been around Peter Fury a long time. So that gives me a little bit of confidence in him as well, because Peter wouldn't take on a mess. Peter wouldn't embarrass himself with taking on a clown. So it lets you know that he can definitely fight. But I just think Usyk's so clever and so wise. 2-3 rounds maximum, he'll have figured them out. He'll have got the timing down to a T. And I think by round 5-6, he'll be teeing off on him, and he won't know where they're coming from. So he's an amazing kickboxer. He's one of the best. You know what I mean? Listen, I think any Usyk is the best kickboxer ever, but that's up for debate. But he's a strong guy. He's got very, very good hands for a kickboxer. But listen, you're coming into our discipline, and no one is ever going to come into our discipline and beat us at it.
Speaking from personal experience, Bellew has actually shared a ring with Usyk, so his warning to Rico carries real weight. He says Usyk won't wait at all. He will unleash tactics the kickboxer has never seen and make him pay immediately. Forget the later rounds. Bellew predicts the damage starts inside the opening 2 minutes. Rico may be ready for war, but he is not ready for this.
He's been doing easy touch, hasn't he, for a while.
Well, he fought you.
I don't want to say he's an easy touch. I think it'll be really interesting for about 6 or 7 minutes. I think 1 or 2 rounds. And then I think once he figures him out, because he's going to be an absolute nightmare to prepare for. He's going to be throwing punches from all kinds of mad angles. He's going to be doing things that he should never be doing. He'll be really awkward, really crazy for the first few rounds. And then I think he'll figure him out and then he'll punish him.
Have you seen that Verhoeven?
Yes.
Tony, we're talking a bit before as well that he's sparred with the Furies, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's been in the camp with the Furies for many years. He spars many rounds with Hughie Fury. He sparred dozens and hundreds of rounds dozens of rounds with Tyson Fury.
Adding legendary weight to the conversation, former undisputed heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis has shared his thoughts as anticipation builds. Lewis believes Rico does not have a chance and does not really understand what he can do to a guy who has never been beaten by top-level heavyweights. Lewis sees Usyk winning easily and sends a clear message to Verhoeven. Accept the fact that Usyk is not someone who can be beaten at all.
Okay, so I don't know who the other guy is, but I know Oleksandr Usyk has never lost a fight. So I'm just looking at him. I don't think anybody can beat him right now.
Coming from a man who knows Usyk intimately, Tyson Fury has shared rounds with the Ukrainian as a former rival. But after training extensively alongside Rico Verhoeven, Fury admits something has shifted. The experience has built genuine belief in Rico's ability to dominate Usyk, a conviction Fury could not honestly claim before stepping into the ring with the kickboxer. Now Fury sees real danger for the man he once fought. Rico is not just hoping to win. Fury believes he actually can.
I remember they wouldn't sanction me and Ngannou for the title. That wasn't a title fight. That was like a special, whatever, an exhibition type thing. So I'm not sure.
Has he got a chance?
He's a big man, isn't he? He's a big man.
Big right hand that
big
knocks
right
people out.
Yeah, I've seen it. But I'm sure Usyk's faced plenty of right hand people who can knock people out, hasn't he? I.e. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois. He's fought a lot of big men with a similar style to Rico, but listen, he's a big man, he's got a chance, he's got power, who knows what he can do in there. But Usyk's, what is he, 39 years old now? But the thing with him is he's only had 24 fights, so he doesn't have a lot of mileage on the clock, and he turned pro in late 2013, so I think he's going to be alright.
Bringing this all to the final bell, one truth stands above the noise. Rico Verhoeven believes he can shatter a legacy. Usyk believes genius always beats power. The fans and the fighters are torn in half. So now the choice lands in your corner. Do you see the kickboxing king walking out with gold around his waist, or does the Ukrainian master add another heavyweight to his highlight reel? Smash the like button, drop your winner in the comments, and subscribe before the first punch lands.